Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Fuck, I forgot a pill. All right. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Went out to 18 plus this video. I should have did that right off the rip. Okay. I want to find out where the planets are positioned. Okay. Good morning. I put socks on. This is definitely going to be an 18 plus video with the cards. It's Where's the sun right now? Like, it's got to be pretty freaking intense. I fucking hate not doing the desktop. I seriously can't even find, like, so frustrating. October 23rd. Today's the 23rd, right? But it's not telling me. Where's my calendar? It's not there. Oh. It's funny, I opened up to desire, lust, and reminiscing. I don't know. Strong sexual desire, strong sexual drive, strong feeling of wanting, wishing. I guess it's more like we must have did a read in March. Sun's in Aquarius, square Taurus. So we're in Venus. We also have, I was looking for the degrees though. Sun in Aquarius. Jupiter. This doesn't help me. Good morning. Bonjour. Oh, bonjour. So, this is not what I'm looking for. Like I said, I don't like because last night it was Pluto transitioning into Taurus. Okay, this must be what it was, because it was Sun in Aquarius, Mars going into Taurus, and then the Sun in Aquarius square Pluto conjunct Taurus. Okay, so that makes me feel a little better. How long is this gonna last? Hold on. How long is this gonna last? Because holy, like, I almost don't even want to talk about it because I don't want the nut jobs out there to get even nuttier. Okay. Fuck. That's going to last a few days. So you can expect some intense sexual energy if you guys are not experiencing it with fantasy or dreams. Anybody, you guys are talking about countries over here. Anybody, good morning. This is the type of energy where I'd say protect yourself from like astro sex, like that type of, no one likes that. That's never fun. For those who have experienced that type of energy or experienced those type of experiences, it's almost violating. So I don't think this is the energy of, I feel like I need to pull my class together. I'm in this energy again. Like, come on. Come on, kids. Focus. I love you guys, but let's pull it together. It's an important conversation. Come on, I gotta reel you guys in. I'm reeling you in. Like, this is like an important conversation to the point where okay, all right. I don't have to reel you guys in too often. This is like one of these conversations. Gotta reel you in. All right, so I love you guys. I don't have to pull you guys in too often, okay? But today's one of those days. It's one of those days. So, astrosex. Whoever you guys have experienced, for some people have, some people haven't. It's almost violating. It's not fun. All right. That energy's here. You felt it last night. Thank you. How many people are feeling this? But it's like it's actually an uncomfortable conversation for me to actually even have right now. And typically I'm very open with like having these type of conversations. But I think it's because we're dead in the energy right now. Not everybody's going to experience it, but like this is where you have to be careful. What I'm experiencing, it's more me myself still have to be careful, right? Because it's just it's the energy and no one likes feeling violated, right? But with Mars and Pluto, Neptune and Taurus all in play right now, it's dark, it's desirable. So some of this could be sexual magic. Some of this could just be fantasy, your imagination. Is it bad to fantasize about someone? No, I wouldn't say it's bad to fantasize about someone. You got to be careful to the extent of fantasy. Now, if you're with this particular person, you guys are together, like have a blast with it. Role play, do whatever you want to play, do whatever you want to do, right? But I think in the 3D, 4D, I'm still stuck on like 3D, even though we're almost in 4D, which is taking a lot longer than I thought. It can ruin sex in the 3D. Because you're putting expectations behind something. So consciously, it could affect people. You're not with that person. Yeah, I mean, it happens. I've been there and done that too. It's not the end of the world, right? But if you're in manifestation mode, and it's what you're manifesting. I wouldn't put a face behind it. It really just depends on what you're calling in, because you're calling in things. You're calling in entities. You're calling in energy. And sexual energy is no joke. Like, it's one thing to, like with sigil work and certain stuff, like a lot of cultures will use manifestation magic, sexual magic for manifestation. I've attempted it. It's great. What's not great about it, right? But like, we are definitely elevating and ascending, because what I experienced last night is to the point where it's kind of unrealistic, and I won't even say it in 4D. I don't know how anybody can get themselves there in 4D, even like Kundalini. Like, it almost reminded me of like that, but like taking it up a notch. So this is the energy you got to protect yourself against, astral sex, because that's never fun. Sexual magic, people fantasizing about you right now, drawing you in. If you guys are connected, you're probably drawing each other in. This could be them thinking about you, which then in return, you're thinking about them, because the energy is strong. The voids are open, right? The veils are very thin right now. And with Venus and Mars, where their position is, but here's the thing. It's in Neptune energy, and it's transitioning through Neptune and Pluto. Neptune is very Neptunian, water, fantasy. It's escapism. It's that type of energy. Pluto is very exciting, intense, deep. Okay. So this is why this is probably happening. But I've had this conversation with you guys before. So like in 3D, okay? I'm going to say 3D just right now. We talk about like sexual toys, vibrators, stimulators, vibrators. It's going to be the same thing. We're not going on a fucking rocket ship, right? Like, we don't want these vibrators turning into fucking stimulators, if you ask me, because holy shit, ground control to fucking Courtney, right? Ground control to fucking everybody. But I feel like even that can take away. We talk about the clitoris suckers, vibrators. We've had these conversations where it desensitizes women. Is it necessarily a bad thing? It's how, kinda, because it's not gonna match oral sex. It can and it can't, right? But I don't know, and it's not even like it's not even like an insult. It is two different feelings, right? It's not an insult to like men or women. It's just the power of the vibration, knowing you can go up and up and up and up and up and up, right? So there's that. We've had that conversation. What I was seeing and experiencing last night, it's not in this realm. It's not in 3D. It's not even in 4D. Our bodies, I don't even think, are capable of it. And I'm not talking like positions and being what like certain people, like I absolutely know who I was with last night when this was happening. Okay. I mean, sometimes, yeah, there can be too much stimulation where it's not even fun. Then other times, if you learn how to use them and work them, it ends up being like your best friend, right? So it depends on how much you explore with them. So what I was being shown, and like with the experience like I had, it felt like more of an experience than a dream. I almost feel like I was like gypped, or it's almost disappointing what I experienced, because it's extremely unrealistic for it to happen here. So it probably goes down that, or our bodies are capable of that, but I don't know if we'll ever get there. So you know how like a lot of people think like the Kundalini experience, and we've had these conversations, like there's sex gurus, there's all that out there. And I feel like there's been times I'm like, we should have these conversations. You know how I feel about intimacy. I think it's so important. It's key, right? Sex life is vital to even mental health. So that's why I'm like a big advocate, and I've told this to you guys, masturbation, certain stuff. And you can have, and the thing that gets me is like, you got to leave the haters out of this conversation, because they'll be like, oh, you're so disgusting, you're this. Like, no, this isn't a mature fucking conversation, guys. This isn't fucking high school. This doesn't make us gross having these conversations. Like, these conversations are fucking vital to mental health. They are important. Connections, intimacy, making love, the way you're connecting to somebody is important. You got to realize when you're using a vibrator, you're connecting to a fucking vibrator. You could be putting something there, but you're connecting because it is fucking energy. So these conversations are important. Okay. I almost feel like Spirit's showing me something that only happens maybe in different realms. I'm not sure. I wouldn't think so, because why would I experience it and they would show me? So I feel like the highest we can get right now is almost like Kundalini energy. Like, people go to classes, they go to weekend retreats with their partner, they learn all about this. It's intense, it's powerful, right? I don't know if this is like a new experience because we're ascending and this is what I'm being shown. This is not my future, having this conversation in the sense of like, to get our bodies to where I saw. I don't even know I don't think it's possible. It seems very unrealistic. That's why I was saying, like, in a way, I kind of feel gypped experiencing what they showed me and then not being able to experience that in 4D. But we're not all the way in 4D. So will we be able to experience that? I don't know. I have no idea. But it was pretty fucking amazing and intense. And it's exactly what all the transits are. And I know brains and can take us to places, but my brain has never taken me to a place. It was shown to me. Like, yes, it was me and somebody, but it was shown to me as if like, this is how you do it, but there wasn't like directions. Like it was just kind of showing me what was happening to the body. Do I think it's possible for us to experience it? Yep. Why are they showing me this? I don't know. I almost feel like it's so unrealistic. It almost could take away from my own sex life. Right? So, which is a big deal. Because if you have that in your head, can I reach ecstasy? The question is, are we able to reach ecstasy at that extent where we're at right now? I think within the next year, maybe. It's definitely something within the brain. It definitely has to do with transits. So if you have a partner right now, I would seduce the shit out of each other and take advantage of this energy for the next couple days. My only concern in this energy is it's sexual magic. Okay. Is it astro? Are you experiencing what I don't even know what to call what I experience, what they're showing me? Is it fantasy? Is it two healthy people connecting, thinking about each other, and it creates what I experience? Because I can't help to think, like, is it the other person doing what I'm doing at the same time, which can intensify certain stuff? Because when you have connections with somebody, I've always said that too, like, even from a distance, like, if you plan on, hey, at noon, take 15 minutes out of your day, masturbate, think about me, things like that, right? To see where you guys can take each other, because it's a thing. It just depends on your connection. It can be a 3D thing, or it can be a higher level of connection between you and somebody. So this is the energy. And I mean, it could be somebody from your past thinking about you, and you don't want that person thinking about you. Well, like when Claire, I don't know if it was Claire, a cat, that asked me, like, is it okay to fantasize about someone in particular? Yeah, to an extent, though. To an extent. And it just, you have to know on your end, which is hard because she's asking me, right? So, but it's like, you have to know where to draw the line. Okay. Yeah, you have to know where to draw the line on whether or not you want to fantasize about that particular person. Because there's a good chance it's going to reach that energy, especially if they're open. And again, we've had this conversation before where when it's just a regular, you're not with anybody, and you just, it's the energy, you're horny, you're worked up, you're masturbating, whatever the case may be. And you're calling in someone. Always put a different face there, a face that you've never seen. Because that's important too. You don't want to manifest. You're only confusing the universe and your guide. You're really confusing yourself at the end of the day. And it's hard to put somebody else there because we don't have somebody else there. We go back to the faces and experiences we've seen. It's like a show. It's almost as reminding me of like Christmas Past, that story where they go back and back and back, and you watch your life play out for 10 minutes, and then you go to the next scene. Goes to Christmas Past or something like that, right? So in that particular case, you have to put somebody else there. If it's just here and there where you're at, and I know it can be hard because you know where certain people can take you and where certain people cannot. That's the difficult part here too. I mean, how many times have people had sex with other people, and like you get into your next partnership or your next experience, and you get a glimpse of a previous person? It's normal. It's our brains. It's not that you're craving that person. It's not that you can't get over that person. It's you mentally have to establish something in your brain of who you're currently with. I mean, these are normal things that happen to normal fucking people on a daily fucking basis. How many people like aren't really attracted to their partner, or they need porn before they start something, or it's, and then you have the energy of the porn, and not in a bad thing, but what type of porn are you watching? Are you, say you're watching BDSM because your partner's into that, but your other one's like, but that other one's not, right? So you're both on different pages there. So if your partner can't read your energy and what it is you need, your partner should be able to know whether or not you need to make love or you need to get fucking, I'm trying to watch my language here. but your partner should be able to read your energy enough to know what you need in like that session. Let's just call it a session, right? And typically they're pretty good at doing that. But if one is off watching porn or thinking about something else and the other one's just like in bed reading a book, like who knows, right? It is unrealistic for that partner to come in because they just watched a fantasy and now they're horny and they're coming towards you. You can't really connect like that. You can if your partner is willing to connect like that, if that's where his or her brain is, but you don't really know where his or her brain is because you just experienced something completely different on where they just experienced something. So like you got to be careful there, you know, like if your partner comes home, let's say they like went to a strip club and there's so many people, I don't want jealousy, I don't want you going to a strip club, and other people are like, well, as long as you come home to me, right? Somebody else wants to work you up, but you come home to me because I'm the one that's like exciting or whatnot. Like some people are completely okay with that. You know, chances are when your partner comes home or whoever it is you're dating, you're going to get some. But your brain is already ready to experience something. Do you see what I hope I'm not confusing you. Does that make sense to you guys? So you guys can mesh. You can match your energy. So there's all different types and ways and experiences and, you know, so I don't know what everybody's at. I just know the energy is very strong right now. And Venus and Mars are both at play. Men are from Mars, Venus, women are from Venus. You know, it's that whole fucking growing up type thing. It's at play right now, and it's being meshed with Neptune. Uranus was in there somewhere, but mainly Neptune and Pluto. And Neptune is fantasy. It's, you know, it could even be, Pluto can even be escapism. Neptune can be escapism. It's your brain can just like form things that just don't even seem realistic, right? So could I have formed my own experiences that I had last night? I do think it's possible, but the way it was being shown to me, I don't think it was me. I think it was purposely being shown to me. And I don't know why. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing, but I also feel like it's very unrealistic for $3D, $4D. Maybe when 3D is completely into 4D, I'm talking maybe a year from now, I'm not sure. Or maybe it's this energy, or maybe there is people out there that are capable of doing this with their body. And I know, like I've seen certain stuff and like I know what like pulsating in women, like I know you can like pop on porn or something, you can see all that, right? Like you can see contractions, you can see all that. But this is different, and they enhance that type of stuff. You know what I mean? But what I saw, it's different. Like it's not. It's just I can't even explain it. I don't have words to explain it. It just seems very unfucking realistic. Would I love to fucking experience it? Hell yeah. Besides just my dream. Yeah. But I feel like I did actually experience it. Like whatever I experienced, it was a good fucking night. Woke up the same way. I'm fucking crampy. Okay. That's how much sex I had in my fucking dreams. That my muscles must have contracted all fucking night. Like it's insane. So I know for a fact, like, I'm telling you, it's fucking wild. It's tantric on acid, right? I don't even know. Could you imagine tantric on acid? Holy shit. I'd never want to leave my fucking house. But like tantric alone is like being on fucking acid. I've only had that experience, I want to say once, probably a couple times, but once where we both looked at each other and was like, do you feel this? Like, what is happening? Right. And you can find that music. You can find all of it's on YouTube. Like, you guys can explore through masturbation. You guys can explore through your own experience with tantric. It doesn't have to be with a partner. You're probably better off exploring that on your own anyway, because each individual has their own blockages. My concern right now is it somebody else pulling you in? Is it sexual magic? Is it sexual energy? Is it the transits? Got to be careful with astrosex, masturbation. People can be frustrated right now. They could be projecting, sexual frustration, blue balls. That's the type of energy that's out there right now. Yeah, you had those cramps. Felt like period cramps. Yeah, it's exactly how it feels like, because your muscles are just fucking contracting. So it's like what I'm saying, like what I experienced was no fucking joke. Like it's pretty fucking wild that one person can have that type of experience. That's why I feel like it's very unrealistic, and I don't know enough about it. It's not like I can sit here and teach a class on it, guys, right? But there is classes when it comes to tantric sex and stuff. This wasn't tantric sex. This was, you never want to fucking leave your house. Like this can lead to like what they showed me. Like this could lead to like obsession. This could lead to like, it's like instantly falling in love. Like it's just, I don't know where they were going with what I experienced. I went to the bathroom before I throw cards. I got to work today, so I can't talk about this like all damn day. But this is the energy that's out there for the next few days. So I would consider masturbating. I would stuff like that if you're in this energy, versus pulling somebody in, or versus, if you have a partner, I would absolutely play sexting, things like that. If you have a partner. If you don't have a partner and you are experiencing certain stuff, I would find a way to play with the energy very carefully, because it's energy. So this is where like the energy, you can't knock people's fantasies, things like that. If you can't be open to other people's fantasies and fetishes and certain stuff, like there's no point in playing along. There's, like move on. Okay. This is why like there's swingers, there's all different like people, like, cause people fucking enjoy sex. And a lot of people, I can't believe you do this. I can't believe you do that. But not everybody can do one thing for one person. And there's got to be a lot of trust and loyalty in certain situations to pull that shit off. I mean, I don't think I could pull that shit off. I think I would punch a fucking bitch in the face. But depending on where your energy is and how much, where your desire is, your lust, like certain stuff, like people can get away with it, right? Me, Personally, I don't think I can do it. But, you know, there's people out there that absolutely can. And if your mindset is in a different I don't know. I'm not even, no point in even having this conversation because I don't think I could swing it. But I'm not going to knock their fantasies at all. Because when you can take yourself to that type of higher pleasure and lose yourself, okay, and it's not just 3D sex, then whatever floats your fucking boat, get the job done. Fucking have a fucking blast. Are you kidding me? Could you imagine going to a retreat with your fucking partner and like even like learning like Kundalini and just having that, like, it's ecstasy, right? So this is the energy that's out there, guys. And again, I don't know why I was shown what I was shown last night. I do think it's possible one day. Do I think it's possible today, now, where people's mindset is? Absolutely not. Your mind has to take you there. And if both of your minds are in a very transcendental energy, you guys can get yourselves there. I really think you can. They didn't show me that for no reason. You know? So maybe we can get a couple quick reads. I just want to make sure it's more of it's more of like a transit thing, which it probably is, but I do think you need to be careful. And this is why I even said I want to be careful having this conversation, not because of immaturity and people are like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, no. You know, if you can't have a serious conversation like here, like it's ridiculous. But I'm looking for I'm looking for my little transit cards so I can read them pretty fucking quick. This card doesn't go with this deck. It's just the planets, seasons, because they're on these cards. So, what's it saying? Oh, talking about 3D. And that's why I even said I want to be careful with this conversation because, you know, I got people out there that are obsessed with me too, in the sense of like sexual desire and certain stuff, and they think they're my twin and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I want to put myself there. I want to do that to Courtney. You're like, go fuck yourself. Okay. Like, don't put me in your thoughts because I know exactly who's in my thoughts when I'm experiencing certain things. So you do just got to be, and I don't mind having conversations like this. But this is where it gets ugly because some people can't control desires in certain things, right? I mean, I still have people that fucking hit me up years still fantasizing sexually about me. So it is what it is, right? You think by now you would have pulled me in, but they're not picking up on it, right? So telling you that this energy is out there. So beware. Because it's not just all friendly fucking energy. That's for sure. So, just know this energy, this transit, is in there for the next couple days. And Aquarius has to do with friendships, partnerships, things like that. It's ruled by Mars. Mars rules that energy. Right, Venus rules Taurus. We're there, Libra, that type of energy. We're going transitioning into Scorpio, which I think we might have just done. Right? When's the cusp? I know we're in Aquarius the next couple days. which is Mars. All right, so it's actually today, heightening our passions and desires. So that makes a lot of sense, right? Which is Pluto, guys. So this isn't happening for no reason. The transits are playing a big part here, okay? But don't be stupid calling in certain people right now. You got to be very, very careful. Especially, you probably have exes that like are masturbating to like photos or certain stuff. Like, I'm telling you, you don't know. So beware, okay? Because this energy is around for the next few days. I didn't even look further out. I just looked at the next 2 or 3 nights, and it's here. All right. So, you know, there's that. And Aquarius gives you that confidence. So you have mirror. So you could be mirroring an energy. All right. We're also dealing, we got the 7 of air, but like I said, it could be very deceptive energy at the same time with the 7 of swords right here, guys. Right? Fantasy. So you kind of have, I should probably separate these because these are completely 2 different energies. And then you have the 10 of Pence where it's like long-term. All right, so this is more lust. This is more desire. Lust, fantasy, that type of thing. Aquarian energy here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. You got Jupiter here with the wheel. This is also telling me something can turn into long-term. Could even be addiction, so you do have to be wary here. Let's get one more, and then I'll kind of read one as each story. So this is kind of almost a lot of things that we kind of already discussed. I can place it here in that sense, right? We also have Mercury here too. I'm not really worried about the Mercury. But this is the Knight of Wands, okay? This is that fiery energy as well. Temporary energy, but there is something here with long term. I mean, this could be somebody that's been fantasizing and doing this for a long time. I mean, the veil is so thin that if you have a dream of somebody, chances are, and you're not thinking about them, chances are they're drawing you in. I wouldn't really worry about it. That's more like Google magic. It's just the veil is very thin, okay? But that's here too. And don't forget, the veil is fucking thin. And some people will get karma for what this is, for what they're doing as well. Like, it can put them, this can turn into obsession. This can turn into a stalker. Like, this is why I'm very careful having these conversations and the extent of what I just talked about. Because that can turn people on. So, and I'm not worried about like people just getting turned on a conversation and whatnot because it's the energy. There's a difference between an icky turn on. You guys know where I'm going with that, right? So the energy's here, so please be careful. This is like the energy of like random hookups too, you know? So let's see what this judgment is about. This could be somebody, if I'm going to read this as one story in the next couple days too, this could be somebody that could have been a hookup or somebody that wants to come back around. But somebody does want long term, but they're, sabotage the situation, because that story has been coming out too. It really just depends. I would like to read these in an individual manner, though. We do have almost every element out here. So we have the Lovers, the World, and the Ten of Cups. So this is a lover that it can be over. You could be fantasizing, I don't know, but there could be a lot of contentment here too. So this is almost like wanting to start a new cycle. This is more Neptunian energy. There's a little Uranus in there too. I don't know when Uranus is. I don't know if it's conjunct. It's got to be something, because I am also feeling that energy. In the world of imagination, which is also Neptune. I do think there's different type of seduction here. There could be old wounds here with the Lovers, but it's also telling me there can be contentment here too. See, I was trying to read the energy in a different way, not really tell you a story behind the energy, but it's just the way it's coming out. So it is what it is. You could be calling Lovers in too, guys. Like, this is the type of energy where that good energy of seduction and passion and that chemistry pulls you guys together, and it's not a bad thing. It's just you guys are capable of it, right? This is an energy that you can avoid, though. So this energy also gives confidence. So you could have somebody coming around, but they don't want to bring up the sexual energy, because it's more than that. So this is kind of like a confusing little transit we have going on for the next couple days, guys. And 3D sex can be blah if you're not mentally there. There is people mentally there, but there could be, again, some type of trauma interfering. And it could be, your own wounds. You guys might not even recognize this, but this is where I'd say you'd have to be careful having sex, because this is where you can grow trauma bonds. And you don't want a trauma bond. And it's almost hard to even push this energy away. And it's not because it's trauma bonding. Because in a way, this looks healthy, but I can see how it could happen. Because even when there was a lot going on in my life within the last year, after the surgery, Danny passed away, my mom getting ill, I pushed so many people away because I actually feared trauma bonding. Because it was very aware in my head. So I don't think this is something that's in anybody's head right now, but now that I put it out there, it can become healthy, but it might start off not so healthy. But this can be healing. I'm almost seeing something that didn't start off so well, a dream, a person, an idea, creativity. Guys, remember, you could have a creative idea right here and take it all the way, where you can be financially responsible for your income for the rest of your life with what you create. There's nothing wrong with creating with this energy either, because there is something that has longevity here, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, an idea, something you read. Because this type of energy too can be exactly what you want in life. You're not going to accept just whatever, you know. So there's a lot of beautiful energies here. There's, I do see kind of like sabotage and deceit and fantasy, like the icky 3D energy too. But there is higher vibing energy here. There is energy, like, don't forget, you can fucking write a book, jot shit down, things in your head. Like, be aware that it's creativity, it's passion. It's, you always wanted to be a doctor and you're doing this and you say, fuck it, I quit my job, you sign up for school. Like, we have the 6 of air, the 2 of earth, and the 7 of water. There is something extremely spiritual here too. We have 2 sevens. Be careful, because somebody may think that your options are open. Careful with peepholes, public showers, if you're going to the gym. This 2 of earth is almost like somebody is nervous. You could be, your intensity, you could be too intense for somebody here. Because you're like, come and get me. So careful with this particular pile. Because those are completely 4 different energies. That's like bouncing, boom, 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 boom. But this is like, if you're ready, come and get it. Na, 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 na. Like, come and get it. You're putting it out there, come and get it. But it can also be not in the best manner. You could have somebody that you're intimidating. You could have a lot of Scorpio in your chart. I mean, this energy too, like if you get in an argument with a spouse or a friend, this can escalate quick. And not just because there's sexual energy behind it, right? Because you could have a bad day at work because, you're sexually frustrated. It's things like that too. But this is kind of telling me like, they could be fantasizing about you, but you also have to be careful with public places, dating websites right now, things like that. But you could be intimidating somebody right here to the point where they're running because they can't stop thinking about you. They can't stop fantasizing about you. It's intimidating. And then when they do think about you, there could be some jealousy here too, because their mind wanders in regards to, well, if she or he is not doing it to me, are they doing it with somebody else? So now this could become an argument. Get where I'm going with this energy? This sexual frustration is never fun. That's like, you want it and you want it now, It's like the spoiled little girl from Charlie and the Charlie Factory. But it's like, to you, you're not spoiled. You fucking want it. But your partner or somebody else might not want it. And then it intensifies, and then it becomes dark and deep. And we're working with darker, deeper planets with depth here. So find a way. If you're not going to masturbate this out, okay, not going to rub it out, whatever you do, like, find a different way to release this energy. Because if you're not experiencing it, there's a good chance you are going to experience it. And if you're not experiencing this with a partner, this almost reminds me of like, maybe like if you want this and they don't want it, or you want to play and they don't, like, I'm giving you heads up here that you guys are not on the same page. And it is something, not everybody's going to be on the same page all the time, but it is something you want to be aware of. Because you guys might not be meshing sexually anymore. And I keep getting pulled to 3D sex, like blah sex, like, oh, it's great, but like, just so, okay, so like, just, that message had to be delivered. Like, this is the type of energy too. Like, if you're having sex with the wrong partner, or the sex life's not, you got to turn it up a notch. And if 2 people aren't willing to take it up a notch, the relationship's not looking so hot, and people be like, oh, relationships aren't built around sex. They fucking are. They are built around sex too, and intimacy. You're out of your fucking mind if you think intimacy isn't just as important as like sexual intimacy, mental intimacy, emotional intimacy. They all have to be incorporated at different times within relationships. If you're not feeling each other's energy and you're not into each other, what's the fucking point? You just gotta sit there and settle. You think it's cool to just fantasize about other things and just, we can make it work. Good luck there if you want to live that type of life. I fucking don't want that type of life. I want it all. You got the Ace of Cups, Eight of Air. So this is communication coming in. But this isn't bad communication. This is the Knight of Cups. Oh, I didn't even notice that. The Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands. This could be a brand new person. It could be somebody you work with. It could be somebody that you just meet on the streets. Somebody wants your number. You could be picking up lunch, running to go get lunch from work, and you meet somebody, right? Or this is somebody else that you actually have feelings for. It could be mutual, and there's communication coming in. But this is where it gets tricky, because this is like the sexting. And this could be new, so it can be uncomfortable. And this is why I said be careful if it's just sexting for days and that's what's pulling you in. Well, I'm not even going to say be careful here, because if the sex is if it's pulling certain people and collective groups in right now, I think you're okay. Because it's with the Ten of Earth. It's stable. So if you're worried, like, oh, I can't believe we're starting off something like this because it's just going to end up like this, you don't have to worry about it. There's obviously hiccups in the road because this would be something brand new. But there is something long-term here. Your brain isn't necessarily at long-term. But see, this is the energy that... This type of energy needs potential. So there is potential with a situation that's coming in, or it's already here. I don't know how it's working out for you guys. This is like the start of something new. Catching feelings. Again, if this whole story is meshing, this could be very intimidating for somebody. Maybe somebody thought they were just going to have a one-night stand, or maybe somebody thought they could just have friends with benefits. But it's like catching feelings. Having like flashes of things that are long-term. Or this could be your boss. So just be wary here on how you're connecting with somebody in the next couple days. Because even if it just seems like sexual fun, if you do catch feelings, you got to be careful you're not trauma bonding. But to me, this is like releasing something and letting the wheel spin. What's this? Knight of Wands. You could also make something long-term out of this too. Like I'm telling you, like you could write a romance novel, like, or a movie. There's something here. Okay, so you got the King of Air. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. Queen of Air. Could be a long-time partner with a Magician. So something's being manifested, guys. And it could be through sexual manifestation. Fuck. I don't know how I feel about that. But Queen of Air, King of Air, you're both pretty, I'd say, intense. Because this Magician, it's almost like she's experimenting. Like there is something extremely fucking intense here with this Knight of Wands. So mental stimulation can be pretty intense right now. So again, I'd be careful there. But if it's all like interlinked, I don't see issues here in the sense of like you have to worry about You know how like people can doubt, like, oh, I went into it like this, and then there's so much doubt, like, was it too much? I shouldn't have done that. Your head starts fucking spinning. If something starts off like that, it doesn't look like it will, but it can for some of you. But this is also like all up in your heads. You're both manifesting desire, chemistry, lusting for each other. I don't see this lust turning into anything dangerous, but again, with this 7 of Cups, you would just want to make sure that doesn't turn into like the devil energy. But no, it's the Knight of Earth, so it's solid. It's slow, but it's solid. I don't know how you feel about that, but there is some hidden feelings here, or hidden desire, hidden fantasies. So a few different stories, few different heads up here. Okay, I'm just gonna read the overall energy of each pile just to give you a little bit more of a heads up, and then we gotta wrap this up. Go shower, get to work. Overall intentions with Judgment. This again, it could be, second chance. It could be a lot of things. You got the 3 of Swords, so there's some disappointment here. Mother of Pentacles. That's good. With the 4 of Pentacles, yeah. So like somebody's kind of holding back here, even though it's energy of being able to allow something to happen. So what's the overall intentions? But somebody could be holding back over here too, because this is intense. Yeah, so you got the Magician over here. They do want to manifest, or you want to manifest energy like this with the Sage of Pentacles. Start something new here. Well, intentions of the 10 of Earth. Nine of Swords. Could be a little bit of anxiety here with the 6 of Wands. Could be a little ego, but I don't think so. This is somebody absolutely sees the potential. There's a lot of things here that can make somebody's brain be like, I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna, or this is a situation that already happened and now you're disappointed, but you're moving on. You're manifesting elsewhere. You're putting the energy out there. If that's the case and you're putting the energy out there, you don't know what you're going to get, but it does look like it's solid, so I wouldn't stress over it. You could end up with some type of anxiety or dreams or something, because you could actually be seeing your future or seeing something. It's a little intimidating. You got the 8 of Cups there. So again, you could be walking towards this or walking away from it. You got 2 8s. This is like with the Lovers. This is this energy where I said 2 people can't stop thinking about each other, but this is like there's nothing really solid here. But this is the energy where I said be careful what you manifest. There's 2 8s here. Like there can be a good manifestation here, but that's not what people's brains are. It's somebody could have walked away from somebody, but a lover, but it didn't work. They're going to consistently keep thinking about them because there's a connection here. So if you're going to attempt to walk away from something that you connect to, it's going to be pretty fucking hard. It's already been manifested. So it's like you can keep fighting it, or you can be like, what's that song? Can't fight this feeling anymore, and go after it, right? Or you can keep fighting it, but for what? You may lose. Might lose out on an opportunity here. I will tell you something here has already been manifested with the Magician over here. And then there's something that already kind of happened, but then there's like a new start here. This could be your brain, that's somebody having a new start with somebody else. And it could be you doing it yourself because of the energy you're in, trying to walk away from a situation. Because there is feelings, there is this. I don't know if it's just like, I don't know what you were thinking or what they were thinking, but it's going to be pretty impossible to walk away from that. The energy of somebody on your mind is going to become more intense, more intense, more intense, more intense. This is like almost like your own insecurities on either end. I don't know. Whatever these two are is coming together. And this is the energy that I like, because this is the one where it's like, good luck, and this is the one where it's like you can trauma bond. So this seems more healthy. So like, I don't know if it starts like this, I could end up like this, or this is just the energy, like I said, that is around for the next few days. So be careful, because there is a couple stories here, a couple piles that do have potential. You don't know what you're manifesting, but it still ends up looking solid, feasible, tangible. This can stress you out, but it's just going to be just as successful. This energy is more like somebody, like maybe you could care less, that's even like thinking about you, or you're thinking about them and you can't stop thinking about them. You're like, why am I thinking about them? No big deal. Just, it is what it is. You could be reminiscing, you could have great sex with somebody. Like, I don't know. The story is going to roll differently for everybody. But do be careful with who you are fantasizing or who comes back around the corner. Because you can heal something. There is something here that could be extremely healing. But then you could also get sucked into someone's family conditioning, family trauma. Like, I'm not really sure. With judgment and mirroring, the trauma's on both ends. But it looks like it's only being projected on one end. And that particular person is holding back because of disappointment. Or it could be like how I explained to you, like how I would hold back with relating to people because I didn't want a trauma bond. Well, you could be missing out on a love story of a lifetime because you do have the Lovers and the Ten of Cups. Okay, and this doesn't look awful either. It's just, it could be fear. It could be a lot of reasons on why you attempted to walk away from somebody, or somebody's walking away from you, or this is just what your thoughts. What's this Eight of Cups? Okay, so just be vigilant of the energy. Five of Wands. So do I think there's competition? I don't know. It looks like more like mental conflict. It also looks like there's two people here too where, could be jealousy, but almost like is more intimidating. Or there was some type of like argument, or there's juggling. So like it's just, it's thoughts. But, and then you got the Page of Wands, King of Wands, the Sun. See, this could still even have a good outcome with the wheel here, with it being time with the Ten of Pence, which is the wheel and the Ten of Pence. Like, this could still have a good outcome. You have the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ten of Pence. Something could be long term here. So remember, it's this energy it's intense, and you don't know where everybody's brains and thoughts are and things right now, past experiences, things like that. So you guys are going to have to work through that on your own, depending on who's going through that scenario. I don't really have a better advice for you than that, because it's a tough one. And I want to keep these as separate little things so everybody can get like a little bit of something out of everybody, but we can also mesh the story. A little bit of something out of everybody, a little bit of something out of everything. But you guys could, the way you guys sext or talk or communicate into windows, I don't know, but it's powerful. You could have walked away, they could have walked away. You walked away, then they walked away, vice versa. You get where I'm going with that? But it's like, it's your own insecurities, your own trauma, it's things like that. You know what I mean? It's not anything that should hold you back. So hopefully this energy gives other energy the right type of push, because this energy gives pushes too. It is definitely a push, and this actually looks good. So you might want to give something the benefit of the doubt if something does come in. I wouldn't like overthink it, right? All right, y'all. I love you. I hope you not necessarily learned something from this video, but took something from it, because there's a lot of energy all over the place, and it is an important reading. And again, don't forget to like take care of your own needs and pleasures, and you know, channel the energy the way you can channel it, and be careful what you manifest. Be careful be careful how you think about people and certain stuff, because the Magician, how many times did the Magician and the Lovers come out to play there? Like, I don't know if it's saying it's mutual because it's mirroring energy, or it's just extra fucking potent because of the transits, right? So even protect yourself from astro activity. Just ask you guys, give you a little extra protection, and you know, whatever you want to experience, not experience. Others of you should try to experience some type of experience within this transit, even if it's just masturbation, you know, whatever. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a terrific rest of your day. And that is a wrap for the next 24. I shall see you soon. You are so welcome. I love you too. Bye, guys.